Good day everyone, I am Ana Trisposita from SPCS1B. I'm here to discuss the program flow under the conditional statement. So if you're new here, you can like and subscribe our channel to strengthen our community and able to help other students to give more focus on coding programs. So let's get started. So when we write a code or when we write the programs, we don't always want every line to run in order. Minsan gusto natin maglagay ng mga decision na nag-execute when we want to meet conditions or certain conditions that we want to meet, and that decision or that statement and that condition sometimes nag-execute sila ng yes or no output, or sometimes maybe true or false. Diyan papasok yung control structure na main topic natin for today. So, control structure, it means to change the ordering of how the statements in our programs are executed. So, under the control structure, we have two main types or two main sub-ideas. We have the decision control structure and we also have the repetition control structure. But specifically for this lesson, we're gonna focus more on the decision control structure. So what exactly is a decision control structure? Decision control structure allows us to select and execute specific blocks while skipping other selections. So basically, it lets the program choose which code to run while skipping others. Kumbaga, pwede nating i-prioritize kung ano yung gusto natin mauna sa coding natin. So, decision control structure have three types. It has first if statement, if else statement, and if else if statement. So when we go through this discussion, we can thoroughly understand what is what this different statement states about. So first one, we have the if statement. The if statement specifies that a statement or a block of code will be executed if and only if a certain boolean statement is true. So basically, yung pinoproduce lang na output ng if statement is true lang lagi. Should only run if the statement is true. So basically, yung syntax niya involves your boolean expression, your statement, or if you want to add two statements or two expression, pwede naman. Pwede natin gawin na if, tapos yung boolean expression niya, yung statement 1, then yung statement number 2. So, I'm gonna show you the example on what if statement looks like. Here we go. As you can see sa if statement, it's very little, very compact. Kitang-kita mo agad yung mga variables natin. So here, it says your enter age, tapos if, yung una nating condition, if your age is greater than or equal to 18, then you're eligible to vote. As you can see, parang yung condition na to or yung code na to is not properly executed or hindi siya buo kasi isa lang yung statement na nami-meet. So, let's run the program. Let's say enter your age, let's say 18. So it says here that you are eligible to vote kasi na-met niya yung condition na nilagay natin sa code. While when we put another number or a different number, let's say you put 20, you're eligible to vote kasi greater yung nilagay mong value dun sa initial value natin. Pero what if we put a number na hindi nagka-qualify dun sa nilagay nating variable? Let's say we put your age 14. It doesn't release any statement kasi nga wala naman tayong nilagay dun sa coding natin na statement, or what will happen if we put less than number than 18. So that is example of if statement. Let's move on to another one. We have the this is the example, the flowchart. So you can see that if the statement or the condition met true, then lalabas yung statement na nilagay natin. If it's false, it will directly stop running the code. Next one we have is the if-else statement. It is used when we want to execute a certain statement if a condition is true and a different statement if the condition is false. So basically, dito na natin makukuha yung two na result natin. If the other one doesn't meet for the first qualification, it will directly go to the another one. So basically, if-else statement, so again, it will run the condition. If it's true, it will run one block. If it's false, it will run another block. Parang nagdumaan siya doon, di siya tinanggap, then tumakbo siya sa kabila, tinanggap siya kasi it meets the statement that we want. So the syntax for the if-else statement is if the Boolean expression, statement 1, statement 2, and if the first statement doesn't met the value, it will proceed the statement number 3, statement number 4, and the result. So let me show you the example of the if-else statement in coding in Java. Here it says if-else. You can see that we gonna input a number that is equal to 2, or it jumps 2 times. That number is even. If it does not, the number is gonna be odd. As you can see here, if the first one or the first input we have doesn't met the condition that we want, it will automatically go to the other one. So basically, if we want to run it, let's try to run the program. For example, we put 2, the number 2 is classified as even, and we add another one. Let's say we like 9, the number is odd. Kasi nagbigay tayo ng condition na if the other one doesn't get to meet, then the other one gets to proceed. So let's move on to another one. So let me show you the example of if-else statement under the flowchart. So basically, you can start if you put the expression here, tapos yung true yung lumabas, na met niya yung first condition, lalabas siya dito sa if branch na statement. If it does not, then dito siya lalabas sa else branch. Then it will start the code. It looks like a loop. Kung hindi na met yung first, then it will go to the other one.